Hey, what's up out there, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Today we're talking about Resistance, starring Jesse Eisenberg. This one is written and directed by Jonathan Jakubowicz. The story is based on the life of Marcel Marceau, who was regarded by many as being the first universally loved mime. The story centers on his life as a member of the French Resistance during World War II, where he aided in saving the lives of thousands of Jewish orphans. So let's get into this time period biopic and see what it delivered in terms of entertainment overall. Now, there have been countless movies set during World War II, and admittedly, it can be a little difficult to stand out amongst the masses. In capturing just the early life of Marceau, I thought the film was on the unique side. As a movie set during the Nazi invasion of France and capturing the journey of the French Resistance, the film does feel a little bland despite having strong moments of dramatic intensity. Eisenberg as Marceau, I think, was nicely cast. I think he embodied the role perfectly, and it was clear that Eisenberg trained to capture the art of silence known as miming, and in fact, I think his performance was the most interesting aspect of this film as a whole. The film opens up with Marceau on stage in a seedy club as Charlie Chaplin doing his routine. He's a performance artist. Despite having a brother in the Resistance and an old school father, he never really loses sight of his passion, and I really found that to be appealing about the character. He has no plans of fighting in the war, but when he sees this first group of Jewish orphans, you can really see the perspective of his life change. Eisenberg really captures this emotional swing with a subtle flawlessness that can really grab your heart and connect you through the rest of the story. In another early scene, we see Marceau up against the wall. He's appearing to be on the verge of having a panic attack, and he shares a very subtle but still touching moment with a young boy that instantly changes the foundations of his life. As he starts to perform for the children to give them an escape from the horrors around them, Marceau officially finds his audience. He also discovers another true passion in his life, which is trying to save these children from the tyranny that awaits them. I thought these elements of the story were the most sincere. These scenes with Eisenberg and the children were extremely heartwarming, and it was just so appealing to see the connection between them grow naturally, which I thought resulted in the most compelling scenes in the film overall. That is where the story is at peak intrigue and where Eisenberg shines the brightest. I also wish this dynamic would have remained the focus, because the problem was there were just too many subplots going on, ones that just deviated from the emotional investment in the overall narrative they were trying to portray. I think it just created a disjointed feel to the progression at times. It made the overall timeline a little vague in places. The story just tries to add too many characters and too many story layers without enough of them being truly fleshed out at the end, which just takes up a lot of time. It makes the pacing feel uneven, which results in the movie feeling longer than the already hefty 2-hour runtime. The performances all worked for the needs of the roles, although some did come off a tad melodramatic and slightly overacted. The story does weave a collection of very suspenseful moments. It delivers tension, anxiety, evil, as well as hope, the human spirit, and inspiration. It's gonna take you on an emotional journey, but at the same time, it doesn't step outside of that time period biopic formula to really stand out or resonate with the viewer long after watching. But then again, not all films need to be really impactful or have a heavy-handed story to hit the viewer over the head with a heightened emotional punch, because I still did enjoy this film overall, and it had my attention locked in from start to finish. I did enjoy learning about Marceau. I enjoyed learning about the relationship he had with his father, the passion he had for his art, and seeing the added meaning he found in his life through these orphans. I thought the production and the wardrobes were all nicely detailed. It added with some very large practical sets, and visually I was really pulled into the era and into this mission of freeing these kids, so it was a very immersive film. And in the end, I'm going to give Resistance 80% on the meter. I thought it was a very capable film. The emotional swings are a little jarring in places. It also tries to incorporate too many story layers, like I said, that do detract a bit from the main plot, but Eisenberg shines in a very subtle but intriguing character performance, and if you've liked the trailers for this movie, I highly recommend checking it out. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to talk movies with you guys. Share it with your friends, and without question, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can never miss a video. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. All my social media links and the link to our official website are down in the description below, and I'll catch you next time.